It's official. The Baltimore Ravens have just made a very sneaky good signing this week. We're going to dive into that in this video and why Kaimon Rucker could be an excellent fit in this Ravens defense. What is going on, everyone? My name is Sam Stewart. You are watching Ravens Digest. Hope everyone is doing well today. I want to remind everyone to subscribe to the channel before we get started on the content of this video. We're going to have all your Ravens updates throughout the offseason, stuff we've already been covering, trade rumors, signings, and then everything that comes with the season as well. We'll be doing game previews and post-game recaps as well. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to keep up to date with everything Ravens. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and dive into this video. We have a big signing, and this was reported by Matt Ryan from Ravens.com. Ravens signed an intriguing undrafted rookie pass rusher. Now, this pass rusher is Kaimon Rucker. He played at UNC, and he had a serious leg injury and a cracked femur, and he was actually not able to participate in much of the pre-draft process. He attended a one-on-one minicamp for the Eagles after he was able to perform coming back from that injury. And in his last year at UNC, he had 14.5 sacks. This guy can play. And this is a Ravens defense that was already very good at putting pressure on the quarterback and taking him down. Last year, the Ravens had the second most number of sacks in the league with 53, only behind the Denver Broncos. So here's the thing as we move forward with this draft process, with how the Ravens have handled things this offseason. They were able to draft someone really good in Malachi Starks for the secondary that had really struggled. While we talked about that, pass rush was the second best in the league. Unfortunately, the pass defense was the second worst in the league. But if you can improve that pass rush in front, it's going to make things even easier for that secondary. Hopefully more balanced too with Starks back there. So we have improved both sides of that defense, the rushing and the pass defense. So I want to take a look at what Ryan has to say here about this. The Ravens are adding another undrafted rookie, signing North Carolina pass rusher Kaimon Rucker. A four-year starter, Rucker had 14.5 sacks over his final two seasons at UNC. His 22 career sacks ranks number 6 all-time in Tar Heels history. A cracked fibula ended Rucker's final year prematurely and kept him sidelined during the pre-draft process. Rucker attended Eagles rookie minicamp on a tryout basis. The Athletic's Dane Brugler had a 6th-round grade on Rucker, who stands at 6'1", 254 pounds, and ranked him as his 29th overall edge rusher. So this is a guy that's very intriguing and kind of what the Ravens have gone for in their draft strategy, as we have seen this year. We have a guy like Mike Green, who, we had some controversy with him in the first round, with some allegations that have been made in college. So he slips to the second. He's drafted by the Ravens. People are saying that is a steal. We also have a guy like Rucker who, has dropped a little bit because of that injury. We don't fully know what we are getting. So this is a great strategy with those picks, kind of high risk, high reward picks. That's what the Ravens need. They are a win now team. They need people who can help them out, even if it comes with a little bit of risk, a little bit of uncertainty with some of where these players have ended up, Rucker and Mike Green specifically, in the draft. So, one thing I want to point out here is undrafted players can make a big impact. This is not something we should sleep on as Ravens fans. This is why I said it's a sneaky good signing. One very good defensive lineman that made a lot of sacks in his career, that had a great career, was James Harrison. He was actually undrafted. Division rival for the Ravens, of course. It's very interesting to keep an eye on these undrafted signings. Players can slip through the cracks. There's so many great players in college football, and I believe the Ravens truly did just pick up one of them. Another guy I want to talk about that we haven't talked about much on this channel yet is Aeneas Peebles. I actually was able to see him play multiple times throughout college, living in the Raleigh-Durham area. He went to Duke first, and then he transferred to Virginia Tech. And I want to talk about him, being drafted by the Ravens in the late rounds. This guy is a game wrecker. He's a gamer. He's made an impact wherever he has gone. At Duke, he was an absolute force, I'm telling you, on the field. Sometimes you can just see these things. And I want to read his player profile from Draft Buzz. Following 4 productive seasons at Duke, where he tallied 84 tackles, 13.4 tackles per game, and 7.5 sacks across 47 games, Peoples transferred to Virginia Tech for his final year of eligibility. The 6-foot, 282-pound defensive tackle immediately established himself as an interior terror for the Hokies, registering 31 tackles with 6.5 tackles per loss and 3 sacks in 12 starts. His consistent disruption in the trenches earned him first-team All-ACC, third-team All-AP All-American recognition, capping off a 5-year college career that spanned 57 games and nearly 1,800 defensive snaps. So it's really interesting to think about some of these guys that the Ravens have drafted on the defensive line. It seems like it was a point of emphasis, and of course with the signing of Kaimon Rucker as well, to improve and set up for the next generation of defensive linemen. It is very interesting, with what the Ravens have needed, what we talked about coming a lot into this draft with the secondary to draft these players. But I believe these players are truly going to make an impact. They're high risk, high reward kind of picks in that sense. And I don't mean that they're going to do bad or anything like that. I'm saying we don't really know where they're at. Even Aeneas, I feel that a lot of these guys, we don't know enough about them, how they're going to thrive in the league yet. Aeneas played at multiple places. He's very consistent, but how is he going to succeed in the league? We got a guy like Mike Green, who slipped in the draft. Was he really a first-round pick? Is he really going to be a first-round type talent in the league? We don't know. And Kaimon Rucker, with that injury, with the lack of scouting on him, is he really going to be that guy, that can help out the Ravens and even further improve their pass rush? Only time will tell. Please let me know in the comments what you think of these 3 linemen being drafted, these 3 rushers. Are they going to put pressure on the quarterback this year? Are they going to make a difference? Will they even get playing time for the Ravens? Please let me know in the comments and let me know what you're thinking of the Ravens defense as a whole. All right, everyone. My name is Sam. This is Digest Media. We'll see you next time.